Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Line of God's Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to go ahead and read you a chapter from the Bible. Today I will be continuing with Exodus chapter 36. Then brought Bezaleel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man, in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding, to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that the Lord had commanded. And Moses called Bezaleel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man, in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom, even every one whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. And they received of Moses all the offering, which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary to make it withal. And they brought yet unto him free offerings every morning. And all the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work which they made. And they spake unto Moses, saying, The people bring much more than enough for the service of the work, which the Lord commanded to make. And Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, Let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. And every wise-hearted man among them that wrought the work of the tabernacle made 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet, with cherubims of cunning work made he them. The length of one curtain was 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. The curtains were all of one size. And he coupled the 5 curtains one unto another, and the other 5 curtains he coupled one unto another. And he made loops of blue on the edge of one curtain, from the selvage in the coupling. Likewise he made in the uttermost side of another curtain, in the coupling of the second. 50 loops made he in one curtain, and 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain, which was in the coupling of the second. The loops held one curtain to another. And he made 50 taches of gold, and coupled the curtains one unto another with the taches, so it became one tabernacle. And he made curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. The length of one curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits was the breadth of one curtain. The 11 curtains were of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. And he made 50 loops upon the uttermost edge of the curtain in the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain which coupleth the second. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. And he made a covering for the tent of the ram skins dyed red, and a covering of badger skins above that. And he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up. The length of a board was 10 cubits, and the breadth of a board 1 cubit and a half. One board had 2 tenons, equally distant one from another. Thus did he make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And he made boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side southward, and 40 sockets of silver he made under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, he made 20 boards. And there 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward he made 6 boards. And 2 boards made he for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides. And they were coupled beneath, and coupled together at the head thereof, to one ring. Thus he did to both of them in both the corners. And there were 8 boards, and their sockets were 16 sockets of silver, under every board 2 sockets. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the sides westward. And he made the middle bar to shoot through the boards from the one end to the other. And he overlaid the boards with gold, and made their rings of gold to be places for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. And he made a veil of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. With cherubims made he it of cunning work. And he made thereunto 4 pillars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold, and he cast for them 4 sockets of silver. And he made an hanging for the tabernacle door of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen of needlework, and the 5 pillars of it with their hooks. And he overlaid their chapiters and their fillets with gold, but their 5 sockets were of brass. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. I'm not going to focus as much on the intricacies when analyzing this chapter in terms of what is it exactly that they built, and what the how many caches and boards and positionings of everything for the tabernacle. What is very what is very beautiful and powerful here is it says, that idea that God empowers Bezalel and Aholiab with the Spirit of God, as is mentioned in actually yesterday's video. And then he also mentions every wise-hearted man in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom. And it says, even every one whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. So those who want to work, those who want to labor for God. I've talked about this many times. I've talked about what is the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to serve God. That is what I believe. That not only me as a spirit of God, as his spirit, am I meant to work, but also human beings. Human beings made in the image of God. Let's just look at this. Before Adam and Eve ate from the tree of good knowledge of good and evil, what was their purpose? Their purpose was to love, serve, and worship God in the Garden of Eden. They didn't know anything else. They didn't know what gravity was. They didn't know what evaporation was. They didn't know what precipitation was. They didn't know what the shifting of the tectonic plates was. They didn't know any of these things. All these things that human beings learned because Adam and Eve ate from the tree of good knowledge of good and evil. So human beings know now right from wrong. But still, what's the issue? The issue is that they don't obey God perfectly. Nevertheless, whether it was before or after Adam ate from the tree, the purpose of human beings remained the same, which is to serve and love and worship God. What is the first commandment? To love the Lord thy God with all thy mind, heart, and soul. So that's why when you see these words here, that these are the men who step forward to do that work for God, it's very beautiful, because they're the ones chosen by God. They have the grace from God. They have that blessing, that wisdom to then manifest something that will be good for God and his people. After that, probably my favorite verse in the chapter is here. The verses here, Exodus 36, 6 and 7. And Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, let neither man or woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people will restrain from bringing, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. So it speaks to the generosity of the Israelites in terms of how generous they are and how united they are to do this work. And in fact, they had so much that Moses tells them, you don't have to give any more. They have enough. So definitely just something that I thought was funny because of the fact that it just speaks to how generous and united and kind and strong the people are, that they are going to get the work done together. So very cool there. So with that, I'll go ahead and end the Bible reading there for today and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Dive video. Since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I trained jiu-jitsu. I created 7 days worth of Daily Dive videos, and I will upload and schedule the week's worth of Daily Dive and workout videos, creating the 7 days. And with that, I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.